Hello, welcome to my channel, and it's KTRT bot review time again. Yeah, I had a couple of KTRT bots come in this month. I ordered 3 this month instead of 2. I've already reviewed the other 2, and let's move on to the final one that I bought, and it's from the Hello Carbot line, the KTRT line that I collect the most bots from, and it's this chap. Here we go. This is now depends. Now this is one of those Carbots that's got one of those names that's open to mistranslation, shall we say? I call him Jetren. That's Jetren, but I've heard him called Zetren, Zetlen, or Jetlen. So depending on where you get the translation from, depends on what this guy is called. But I call him Jetren, and that's the name I've put on the front of this video. So it's probably right, it's probably wrong. I know if you translate his Korean name into English, it comes up with a certain name. But I've seen various different iterations of the name on various YouTube videos and on eBay, people selling it on eBay. So I'm calling it Jetren. Okay, right now. Get on to the figure itself. A bit of confusion over the name. It's this black car, this really shiny black car. Now, it's a coupe. I kind of think it kind of looks a bit like a Renault A310 Alpine, kind of. It's a little bit different at the back, but the front end is definitely very much like an Alpine. Yeah, very slick and black. It's got lots of red trims, red wheels, red trims down the side. It's got transparent lenses in the back. He's got this grill thing on the back as well, and you can see all the angles of the plates on the bonnet. Very angular, very sweet looking coupe. Now, when I first saw this guy appear in trailers for season 3, or saw his toy coming out, I looked at him and I thought, that guy looks evil. He's just so black and red, and you'll see in the bot mode there's a lot of yellow that comes out, and he just looks so badass and evil. But he's not. He's a good guy, just like the rest of them, and that's kind of a shame. I know. You see, this is the thing about car bots and tow bots and Korean shows in general. They only do toys of the hero bots. They only do toys of the good guys. They don't do toys of the bad guys. Admittedly, in car bots, the bad guys are a couple of humans that do things. I mean, you've got S, that baby-faced guy with the S on his leotard who makes mutant creatures. You've got M, the girl who's good with robotics, and you've got G, the big fat muscly guy who's softly spoken, and he can do things with ghosts. And then you've got T, the small skinny bloke who likes stealing things. So yeah, I haven't actually got any enemy robots in Carbots, but tow bots you have got enemy bots. Now in tow bots, like in Towbot Athlon, for instance, the new series, you've got in the first season, you've got that the champion racer who has his bot called Zero, which is this big black muscle car, kind of looks like a Ford Mustang that transforms into a big robot. They didn't do a toy of him for some reason. I don't know why. And like the original Towbot line, they didn't do toys of the enemy robots. And in the original Towbot series, there was that big 50s style jukebox that turned into an Elvis bot, and had a big comb that created, he used to comb his hair and it used to turn into like an electrified boomerang, and he used to throw it at the big guys. And then when he appeared in a later episode, he had this big guitar and he was strumming out all these tunes, and it was affecting the tow bots. And that Elvis bot, I'd love a toy of that, but sadly no toys. Yeah, so Koreans, they don't do the bad guys, right? Transformers, you get Decepticons, the bad guys, and you get Autobots, and the play pattern is you get an Autobot and a Decepticon, you go like that, you smash them together, and that's your play pattern because they're fighting each other. And yet in Carbots, no bad bots, no enemies, no bad guys. So when I saw this guy, I thought he was a bad guy, but he's not. He's a good guy. He's apparently some kind of martial arts expert, and he just appears and he can. His premiere episode, he gets his staff out and whips away these giant mutant praying mantises which S has created. But yeah, so Jetren, this is his car mode. Very swish, very shiny, sleek looking car. Now, get onto the transformation. This guy's quite simplistic actually compared to some of the others. Now, he's got weapon storage. There's his staff underneath, as all good carbots do. And transforming, I'll start separating the front, and then you start splitting it open. Take these door panels, move them forward, and they sort of they peg into the wheels like so. Leave that like that. Then you split the legs, pull the weapon off, bring the legs round. Obviously the wrong way round. You take the legs forward, flip out the feet, and then bring the shoulders down, turn them round, bring out the arms like so, and then the head reveal, and there we go. There is Jetren in his robot mode, and yeah, as you can see, he looks mean as hell. Very sort of, I reckon it's a very evil looking bot, because he's got all the black and the red and the yellow going on, and some little bits of silver. And then you look at his head sculpt, and he's got this massive great head crest, and then he's got this little tiny face which you can barely see, and these little slit-like eyes poking out from this massive great brow that he's got as part of his headpiece. He has got light piping, but it doesn't work, which is a shame. So yeah, when I saw this, I thought it was a bad guy, but he's not. He's a good guy. And in his debut episode, he appears, and obviously because it's in Korean, I can't understand what's being said. He's introduced to Chatan, and then they go into the forest, and then S has created these giant mantis-like creatures, and Ace and Hawk are fighting against them, but they're not, you know, they're outclassed basically. And then this guy turns up and he gets his massive great staff, and he gets glowing, and he's swishing it around, and he's beating the crap out of these giant mantises. So yeah, he's definitely got the moves in the show, and he's touted as some sort of martial arts expert. But anyway, getting back to the toy, being a carbot, it's got the typical sort of articulation. The head is on a swivel. It's not on a ball joint because it's on this it's on this bit where it folds into there as part of his, and he's got this little button on the back which you press, and the head springs out, so it's on that thing there. Like I said, it's got a light piping thing in the back, but it doesn't actually work. The light doesn't actually filter down into the eyes, which are these little slits down here underneath this this massive brow of a head crest. Now, shoulders, you've got a soft ratchet on there. Now, he does have a hinge joint here, but as you can see, it's only a friction joint, and it's very loose. And that one as well. I don't know whether that's deliberate. They should have put ratchet joints in there, but there is a screw in the back. You can probably tighten it up. But I think, you know, those joints should be better than that. Bit of a QC issue, but then again, this is one of those carbots that's made in China. I don't know whether that means anything. The arms got a little bit there as part of the transformation. They've got elbow that goes to, you know, right the way up. No bicep swivels, obviously, because it's a carbot. Moving down to the hips. Ratchet hips that go over the 180. So if you did the splits, then you go that far forward. Oh no, you go that far forwards, that far back. Now he has got regular knees, but because his knees fold into the back of his legs, he does get quite a lot of knee. It goes way over 90. It goes right the way back because it's part of the transformation joint. In fact, the knee hinge is on this bit here. So that's the actual knee hinge. But then you've got this, so it's kind of got like double hinge knees, double jointed knees. And he's got 5 swivels as usual. Now, this guy, although he's no waist joint, they could easily have put a waist joint in here because it's one big massive block of plastic. They could have put a bit more articulation into this, as they do with all of them. They could have put bicep swivels in, they could have put a waist joint, but he has got some moves. Now, one thing I have found with this guy, because he's got this joint on his knees, it can actually fold up double. You can do ridiculous high kicks, and he will hold them, but it will hold a high kick, and they can go all the way if you so desire. So he has got flexibility in his lower legs, not so much in his upper torso. So yeah, he looks nice. My only issue with him is these shoulder joints. There is a lot of weight in this shoulder chunk because basically he's got like one front corner of the car plus the door sat on top, so there's a lot of weight in his shoulders, and this joint here is quite small, and it struggles to hold the weight on a friction joint alone. That's a pity, but we could probably do things to sort that out. Again, very swish, very shiny, lovely paint apps on the chest. Got all the yellow and the silver and the red. Very nicely done. Looks evil as hell, but he's not. He's not evil. He's a hero bot. But yeah, Jetren from Hello Carbots. He's all right. I quite like him. Again, a few little quibbly little issues with him. Chief amongst which the shoulders. It's very simple transformation. Rest of him's all right. Lots of clickitude on the ratchets. Interesting head sculpt. Yeah, he's fine. He's great. I'm glad I got him. Now that I've got him, I'm pretty much done with the Carbot line for now. There isn't really any other Carbot toys that I want. There is the Sam Chamka brothers, but they are bots this size, but they're one-step changes, so they've got no articulation in the legs whatsoever, and they maybe have a little bit of articulation in the shoulders and the elbows up top, so they're very restricted in what they can do, and yet they're asking the same price for them as they are for these guys. So I can't warrant spending that sort of money buying a bot which is basically a huge glorified one-step changer. They have done some more figures in the micro line. They've released a Dandy in his yellow ambulance mode. That kind of looks interesting, so I might be tempted to pick that up. And we've also got Season 4 coming out, and they've released a number of repaints of figures for Season 4. Ghost Chaser True gets a repaint into blue police colours. Gold Rex gets his red emergency, red rescue colours, and Ooga Bars get kind of like a gold and green repaint, which looks quite interesting. But I don't do repaints because I've already got the original colours for those figures, so I won't be bothering with those. But there is this Super Petron combiner coming out, and that is a combiner where the all 4 of the bots that make up the big bot do have individual robot modes. So I'm going to have to... The aesthetic's a bit... It's going to have to grow on me, I think, before I decide to get it. But the prices they're doing... They come in 2 packs, the big bot with a little bot. And Prices, I think they're going to be around about 80 to 100 quid each, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, so I'm pretty much done with Carbots for now. I've got all the ones that I want, and yeah, but there's plenty of other KTRT bots on the horizon that I want to get. Towbot Athlon Season 2 bots, for instance, you know, Tornado, Rocky and Vulcan, to name but a few. So yeah, that's been my review of Hello Carbot's Jetren, and I will see you all next time. Ta-da.